Hi there, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS Networking 102 class. We're doing a packet tracer, which is configuring static NAT. We're going to test access without NAT for part 1. Part 2, configure static NAT. Part 3, test access with NAT. So our scenario is an IPv4 configured networks, clients and servers use private addressing before packets with private addressing can cross the internet. They need to be translated to public addressing. Servers that are accessed from outside the organization are usually assigned both a public and a private static IP address. In this activity, you will configure static NAT so that outside devices can access an inside server at its public address. Test access without NAT. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to go into PC1, go right to the web browser. We're expecting this not to work because it's saying it's not going to. http://172.172.16.1.1 enter, and we should get a request timeout on this one. It's not going to work on this one. Okay, but when we do ping from PC1, ping the R1 S00 interface, the ping should succeed. Alright, so we're going to ping S000 interface, which according to the addressing table, actually according to the topology, it's 130 on this address because that would be the next subnet. So 130. Okay, so let's get into PC1. And we're going to ping the router. Okay. As we ping that, it's making it no problem. So it's very successful with the pinging from PC1 to router 1 on the serial interface. That's good to go. Now we want to view R1 routing table and running config. So the way that we do that, view the running configuration of R1. Note that there are no commands referring to NAT. So the way that we're going to do this is go back into, actually no, we're going into our router for the first time. And we're just going to see what's happened to it, what's been done before we even get started. And we'll just wait a sec because I accidentally hit the wrong button and made it freeze for a second. Oh, sorry, I'm popping my back. Come on now. Every time I think about going to pause this, it just goes through it. But yeah, this is getting annoying. I'll just pause it real quick. Alright, I finally made it through. So let's see here. Enable, enter. Then we gotta go do a show run. We're supposed to verify, note that there are no commands referring to NAT. I haven't seen anything for NAT yet. No NAT. Nothing. Okay. So it wants to show you what it'd be like without NAT addresses. Then it wants us to do a show IP route. As you do this, verify that the routing table does not contain entries referring to the IP addresses used by PC1 or L1, you'll see that there aren't any IP addresses used by PC1 and or L1. The way that you know that is we got CL for gigabyte and the variable subnetted to subnets mask. Let's do the next command. Show IP translations. Verify that NAT is not being used by router 1. Show IP NAT. Yeah, that's probably why that didn't work. Wait a second, I got nothing on that. Show IP NAT translations. Yeah, NAT isn't even being used on here, so when I typed in, there's nothing that's showing up. So we need to do our first configuration. Configure static to NAT. Configure static NAT statements refer to the topology. Create a static NAT translation to map the server 1 inside address to its outside address. So we need to get into config mode, which we are almost in. Conf T in config mode now. On this command, we're going to put IP NAT inside source static 172.16.16.1. Alright, then we got 64.100.50.1. Probably need a couple periods there. Oh, come on, you kidding me? Okay, IP NAT inside source static 172.16.16.1 64.100.50.1. Okay. That's going to take you to 50% completion rate as soon as you hit that. And our next step is number 3, test with NAT verify connectivity to server 1 web page. Open the command prompt on PC08. Configure interfaces. Configure the correct inside and outside interfaces before we get to verifying connectivity. So we need to go interface G0/0. Enter IP NAT inside. That's going to help us get to 75% right after that. And then interface S0/0/0. IP NAT. There, that should get us to 100% completion rate now. And it does. If you guys are wondering where I got all my numbers, they're just here on the topology diagram. And the reason I was making interface G00 and S00 is because we wanted to make the NAT go inside G00 and go outside IP NAT on the serial base. It's time to verify connectivity to the server 1 web page. Open the command prompt on PC1 or L1. You know what, we'll try L1. And when you get the command prompt, ping 64.100.50.1. We should get one request timeout at the beginning, but the rest will be fine. That's just because the ARP table wasn't set up. Do it again. You'll have replies from all of them. Take that same address over to PC1 and it'll be able to make it too. Verify that both PC and L1 can now access the server. So we'll go to web browser to check that out. Last time it had a request timeout. Server 1, welcome to the server. That was L1, I believe. Yeah, let's go to yeah, it was. There's another server right there. There we go. And view NAT translations. Now that we have some, use the following commands to verify the static NAT configuration. Which go back into the router, I believe. Yes, router. And we gotta get out of here. Gotta get out of here. Go right here. And we're gonna do show running config. That actually shows quite a bit right there. Here's another one. Show IP NAT translations. Almost all that was okay. Wow. Show show IP NAT translations. No running. There we go. And right there, when you do the show IP NAT translations, it says pro inside global local outside. Outside global has TCP 64.150.1.80.172.16161:80. And it shows that it's doing our server on an outside local like we wanted. Remember the inside and outside we did. And about the only other one is show IP NAT statistics. Show IP NAT statistics. And then that'll show all your dynamic mapping, expired translations, la-di-da-di-da, anything you want to know. That is my video. Thank you for joining me on that. Any comments or questions, please let me know.